I'm a brain doctor, and I've seen this far too many times. Devastating, sudden strokes, hitting people who were completely fine just hours before. The heartbreaking truth? Many of these strokes were preventable, if only the person had made a few small changes to their daily habits. Are you unknowingly repeating the same dangerous routines? In this video, I'll walk you through 10 silent habits that can trigger a stroke. And more importantly, I'll show you how to reverse them starting today so you can protect your brain and your future. Habit number 1, being careless with medication. A small mistake that can cost you your health. For many older adults, taking medication is a normal part of daily life, from blood pressure pills and diabetes meds to over-the-counter pain relievers. But did you know how you take your medicine could mean the difference between preventing a stroke and triggering one? Let's start with common painkillers like NSAIDs, ibuprofen, or naproxen. They're easy to get and work fast, but if taken too often, they can quietly damage your heart and blood vessels. NSAIDs can raise your blood pressure, make your blood thicker, and increase the risk of blood clots, all of which raise your stroke risk. Even aspirin, often prescribed in low doses to prevent clots, is not always safe if taken without medical advice, especially when combined with other drugs. And what about medications for chronic conditions like high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, or blood thinners? Skipping doses or stopping them because you feel fine or fear side effects is like taking off your armor while the battle is still going. You may feel okay today, but the damage builds up quietly. What can you do? Always tell your doctor about all the medications you're taking, including supplements or anything over the counter. Use a daily pill organizer or set phone reminders to make sure you never miss a dose. And never stop or change your meds without speaking to your doctor first. Medications, when used correctly, are one of your strongest tools to protect your brain and heart. But if used carelessly, they can become a double-edged sword. Don't let a small habit lead to a major stroke. Habit number 2, misunderstanding or ignoring key health numbers. When your doctor says, your blood pressure looks good, do you breathe a sigh of relief and think, great, I'm healthy? That's a common reaction, because high blood pressure has long been seen as the #1 enemy when it comes to stroke. But here's the truth. One good number doesn't mean you're in the clear. Stroke is rarely caused by one single factor. It's usually the result of multiple silent problems building up together, and blood sugar, LDL cholesterol, HDL levels, and triglycerides all play critical roles. The danger is, we tend to focus on what's easy to understand and ignore the rest. Let's break it down. Blood pressure is like the foundation of a house, but if the walls, your arteries, are inflamed from high blood sugar, or if the pipes, your blood vessels, are clogged with bad cholesterol, then the entire house of your health is still at risk of collapsing. I've seen many patients who thought they were in good shape because their blood pressure was normal, but behind the scenes, their blood sugar and lipid numbers were quietly pushing them toward a stroke. Don't let that happen to you. Here's what you should do. Next time you visit your doctor, don't just ask, is my blood pressure okay? Ask these 3 key questions. Are my fasting blood sugar and A1C levels in a healthy range? How are my cholesterol numbers? Total, LDL, bad, HDL, good, and triglycerides? Taken together, what do all these numbers say about my stroke risk? Having a full picture of your health, not just one good number, is the smartest way to protect your brain and stay ahead of stroke. Habit number 3, ignoring irregular heartbeats, a silent stroke. Trigger. Have you ever felt your heart race unexpectedly? Maybe a fluttering in your chest, shortness of breath, or unexplained fatigue. These subtle signs might be your body's quiet warning of atrial fibrillation, or AFib, a dangerous heart rhythm disorder, especially common in older adults. AFib happens when the upper chambers of the heart beat irregularly and out of sync. Instead of pumping blood smoothly, the heart quivers, allowing blood to pool and potentially form clots. If one of those clots travels to the brain, it can block a blood vessel and cause a serious ischemic stroke. Here's the alarming part. People with AFib are 5 times more likely to have a stroke. And even worse, AFib doesn't always cause symptoms. Some people feel heart palpitations. Others feel nothing at all. The risk of AFib increases with age and is often linked to high blood pressure, diabetes, or heart disease. That's why screening for AFib becomes crucial after age 60, even if you feel fine. The good news? AFib is easy to detect with a simple, painless ECG, electrocardiogram, test. Don't wait until something feels wrong, because by then, the damage might already be done. Here's what you should do. Talk to your doctor if you ever feel unusual symptoms, like a racing heart, chronic fatigue, or lightheadedness. Ask for an ECG, especially if you have risk factors like high blood pressure or diabetes. If you're diagnosed with AFib, your doctor may prescribe blood thinners to prevent clots, and following the treatment plan is essential. AFib is a silent threat, but with early detection and the right treatment, you can stay ahead of it and protect your brain from stroke. Habit number 4, ignoring split-second brain warnings. A dangerous mistake. Have you or a loved one ever experienced something like this? One side of the face suddenly droops, an arm becomes weak for no reason, or speech turns slurred. But then, it all goes back to normal in just a few minutes. It's easy to dismiss these moments as fatigue, low blood sugar, or a minor dizzy spell. But in reality, these could be signs of a transient ischemic attack, TIA, also known as a mini-stroke, and it's not something to ignore. A TIA happens when blood flow to the brain is briefly blocked, causing stroke-like symptoms that resolve quickly and leave no permanent damage. Sounds harmless, right? Here's the truth. A TIA is your brain sounding the alarm. Roughly 1 in 3 people who experience a TIA will go on to have a major stroke within days or weeks if they don't get medical help. That's why it's critical to know the warning signs and act fast using the FAST method. F. Face drooping. Ask the person to smile. Does one side droop? A. Arm weakness. Can they raise both arms? Is one drifting downward? S. Speech difficulty. Are they slurring words or hard to understand? Ask them to repeat a simple sentence. T. Time to call 911. Don't wait. Call emergency services immediately. Even if symptoms fade before the ambulance arrives, you still need to go to the hospital. Doctors will need to perform tests, imaging, and start preventive treatment right away to stop a full-blown stroke from happening next. Remember, a TIA isn't a small stroke. It's a major red flag. And in stroke care, time is brain. The sooner you act, the better your chances of avoiding long-term brain damage, or worse. Habit number 5. Don't let age stop you from moving. Have you ever thought, I'm too old to exercise, or my joints hurt too much to stay active? If so, you're not alone. Many older adults feel this way. But this mindset is more than just a passing thought. It can be a silent trap, one that brings stroke risk much closer than you think. A sedentary lifestyle weakens muscles, slows circulation, makes blood pressure harder to control, increases weight, and raises blood sugar levels. All of these, yes, every single one, are proven stroke risk factors. But here's the good news. You don't need to run marathons or lift heavy weights to boost your health. The goal isn't to move harder, it's to move consistently and joyfully. Smart movement can be simple and meaningful. A walk around the park, watering your flowers, dancing to your favorite song, tidying up the house, even choosing stairs over the elevator, or taking an extra lap in the grocery store. It all adds up. What matters most is making movement a daily habit and finding joy in it. Start small. Match your pace to your current ability. Then gradually build from there. Invite a friend for a daily stroll. Try a gentle chair yoga class. Join a local walking group. The bonus? These social activities lift your mood too. Remember, age is not the barrier. Inactivity is. Your daily choices, those little steps, stretches, and motions, are powerful signals to your body that say, I'm still here, I'm still living. Every step you take helps keep stroke farther away and brings better brain and heart health closer. Habit number 6. Every meal you choose is a decision for a healthier brain. Have you ever asked yourself, how does my daily diet affect my risk of stroke? Many people think the answer is simple, just eat less salt and sugar. But in truth, protecting your brain starts with being mindful and smart about every bite you take, and it goes much deeper than avoiding a few ingredients. Your plate can either become your strongest line of defense against stroke, or, without realizing it, a gateway for stroke risk factors to sneak in. Saturated fats and trans fats found in fast food, fried items, processed snacks, and fatty red meats contribute to plaque buildup in your arteries, a key cause of stroke. At the same time, skipping fresh vegetables, fruits, and whole grains means missing out on fiber, antioxidants, and brain protective nutrients your body needs every day. So what should your plate look like? Build colorful meals, what doctors call a rainbow plate. Each color in fruits and vegetables brings different nutrients. Swap white rice for oats, brown rice or quinoa. Eat oily fish like salmon, sardines, or mackerel at least twice a week. They're rich in omega-3s that reduce inflammation and support healthy blood vessels. Add beans and unsalted nuts. They fight inflammation and support heart and brain health. You've probably heard of the Mediterranean diet or DASH diet. These aren't fads. They're science-backed eating patterns recommended by doctors because they help lower blood pressure, balance blood sugar, reduce bad cholesterol, and protect brain cells. And here's a mindset shift. Don't focus only on cutting out bad foods. Focus on adding in good ones. Toss in extra greens at lunch. Try lentil soup at dinner. Swap dessert for fresh berries or a juicy peach. Cooking at home gives you control, and it can even become a joyful part of your day. Remember this, your health isn't just written on a prescription pad. It's built one meal at a time, every single day. Habit number 7. Don't let dehydration damage your brain. Do you usually wait until you're thirsty to drink water? Or do you stay hydrated steadily throughout the day? It might sound simple, but water is a foundational key to keeping your brain and blood vessels healthy and for preventing stroke. When your body is mildly dehydrated, your blood becomes thicker. That means it flows more slowly and is more likely to form clots, a major cause of ischemic stroke when a blood vessel in the brain gets blocked. Dehydration can also lead to blood pressure fluctuations, which further stress your cardiovascular system. Here's something especially important for older adults. As we age, our sense of thirst becomes weaker. That means you might be dehydrated without feeling thirsty at all. That's why drinking water on a regular schedule, not just when you're thirsty, is so important. And by water, we don't mean sugary sodas, strong coffee, or sweet teas. In fact, those drinks can worsen dehydration, not fix it. So how do you know if you're drinking enough? The answer is in the bathroom. If your urine is pale yellow or nearly clear, you're likely well hydrated. If it's dark yellow, your body is asking for water. Most older adults should aim for about 8 cups, 2 liters of water per day, unless your doctor advises otherwise based on your medical conditions. A few easy habits that help. Keep a water bottle within reach all day. Set reminders on your phone. Drink a glass of water when you wake up, before meals, and before leaving the house. Never underestimate the power of water, a small habit that makes a big difference for your brain, your blood vessels, and your long-term health. Habit number 8. Sleep isn't just rest. It's medicine for your brain. Do you often feel tired even after a full night's sleep? Do you toss and turn, wake up during the night, or have trouble falling asleep? These may sound like small annoyances, but poor quality sleep can quietly raise your risk of stroke. During deep sleep, your brain goes into repair mode, clearing out toxins, reducing inflammation, and helping your nervous system reset. But if you're not sleeping well, or not sleeping enough, your blood pressure may start to rise. And high blood pressure is one of the leading causes of stroke. Even more concerning is a condition called sleep apnea, where your airway gets blocked during sleep, causing repeated pauses in breathing. Sleep apnea not only makes you feel exhausted during the day, it's also linked to atrial fibrillation, AFib, high blood pressure, and stroke, a dangerous trio that becomes more common with age. So how can you protect your brain by improving your sleep? Start by creating a healthy sleep hygiene routine. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. Turn off screens, TV, phone, tablet, at least 1 hour before bed. Keep your bedroom quiet, cool, and dark. Avoid caffeine, alcohol, and heavy meals in the evening. If you snore loudly, wake up gasping for air, or feel extremely tired during the day, talk to your doctor. These may be signs of sleep apnea. Getting a sleep study and using a CPAP machine if needed can make a huge difference, not just in how you feel, but in reducing your stroke risk. Remember, sleep isn't just downtime, it's a vital process that gives your brain time to heal, your heart time to rest, and your body a chance to stay strong and sharp for years to come. Habit number 9. Loneliness isn't just a feeling, it's a real risk to your brain. When was the last time you had a good conversation with a friend, shared a meal with family, joined a group or class in your community? Or have you found yourself withdrawing more lately, talking to fewer people, staying home, feeling more isolated? You might not think social disconnection could impact your brain health, but science tells us a different story. Chronic loneliness significantly increases your risk of stroke. Why is this so serious? Feeling lonely for long periods can raise chronic stress and lead to depression, both of which negatively affect blood pressure, heart health, and the brain. What's more, people who are socially isolated are less likely to care for themselves properly. They may skip meals, move less, smoke more, or turn to alcohol, all of which are known stroke risk factors. Worse still, if you live alone and experience signs of a stroke, there may be no one around to call 911 in time, turning a treatable event into a life-altering one. On the flip side, those who stay socially connected tend to have better mental health, lower stress, and healthier habits. Even small things, a warm hug, a chat over coffee, a group walk, can boost your dopamine levels, lift your mood, and reduce your overall stroke risk. So how can you build a healthy connection network? Call, text, or visit a friend regularly. Join a local group, class, or volunteer organization. Stay in touch with family or neighbors. Don't be afraid to share how you're feeling. You don't need a crowd. Just a few meaningful, caring relationships can make a huge difference. Human connection doesn't just warm the heart, it protects the brain. Habit number 10. Food labels. The hidden dangers behind salt and sugar. Do you usually flip over the box to read the nutrition label? Or do you just go by a familiar brand name and eye-catching packaging? If you're in the second group, you might be unknowingly bringing home hidden threats that quietly raise your risk of stroke every day. Packaged foods like canned soups, breakfast cereals, salad dressings, frozen meals, even those labeled low-fat or diet, can be loaded with added salt, sodium, and added sugars. These two ingredients are major drivers of high blood pressure, high cholesterol, obesity, insulin resistance, and type 2 diabetes, all key risk factors for stroke and heart disease. So how do you avoid being misled? Learn to decode food labels before putting items in your cart. Start with the serving size. All nutrition numbers are based on one serving, but we often eat 2 or even 3 servings without realizing it. Check how many servings are in the package and do the math to see how much sodium and sugar you're really consuming. Next, check sodium. Aim to keep your sodium intake below 1,500 milliliters per day, especially if you want to reduce stroke risk. Compare similar products and choose the ones with less sodium. Don't skip added sugars. These show up in sodas, cookies, flavored yogurts, and juices. Added sugars don't come from natural ingredients like fruit or milk. They're added during processing and can spike your blood sugar, increase belly fat, and raise your risk of type 2 diabetes and stroke. The lower, the better. Look for products labeled "no added sugars." Reading food labels isn't nitpicky. It's a life skill. It gives you control over your choices and helps protect your brain and body long term. Remember, the fewer the ingredients, the closer to nature, the better for you. One more tip. Pay attention to both total sugars and especially added sugars on the label. These added sugars are the invisible kind that sneak into your daily meals without warning, and they're some of the most harmful to your heart and brain health. Pro tip: stick with products that list UOG of added sugars or as low as possible. It's one of the simplest ways to take care of your blood vessels and keep your mind sharp. Coming up next, want to know what early warning signs your body might already be sending? Don't miss our next video. We'll show you how to catch the first signs of stroke before it's too late. Hit subscribe, turn on the bell, and be the first to learn smart, simple ways to protect your brain from stroke.